Hello and welcome to Froggity Frog Crochet and this stitch guide on how to make the small basket weave stitch. So this is just one of the versions of the basket weave and it's just using a smaller number of stitches in each repeat. So to start this stitch you're going to need a foundation chain in multiples of 4 plus 2 plus 2 for your turning chain.
So for the small basket weave we're going to be starting in the 4th chain from a hook. And the turning chain is going to count as our first stitch of the row, so I've marked the first chain from a hook. So it'll be the top of our first stitch. And then in the 4th chain I'm going to make a double crochet. And then I'm going to make a double crochet in each stitch across. So row 1 is just all double crochet in every stitch. So the small basket weave is made up entirely of double crochet. It's just that we're going to be using post stitches instead of working into the loops. Okay, so finish those double crochet. So end of row 1, and then to start row 2 I'm going to turn, chain 1 and make a double crochet turning chain in the first stitch using the loops. Okay, so for the small basket weave only the first and last stitches of each row are going to be made into the loops. All of our other stitches will be made either front post or back post double crochet. Okay, so our next stitch is going to be a front post double crochet. So insert your hook around the post of the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and you want to pull up your loop a little bit to account for the stitch sitting lower than usual, and then finish as a double crochet. And then front post double crochet into the next stitch as well. Just remember to pull up that first loop a little bit. Our next 2 stitches are back post stitches. So back post double crochet, so this time we go around the back of the post and finish as a double crochet at the back. So it's a nice easy repeat for this stitch because it's 2 front post double crochet, 2 back post double crochet. And you repeat that all the way across. So we're going to make a second back post double crochet. Oops, drop my yarn. Try again. And right, back post double crochet, but remember to pull up that loop a little bit, preferably without letting go of your yarn. There we go. So we have 2 front post stitches, 2 back post stitches. And then I'm going to repeat that across the row. So 2 front post, 2 back post. And you're going to continue this repeat until you have 1 stitch left. So I'm going to do 2 more back post, and then I'll be at the end of my row with 1 stitch left. 1, 2. So for row 2 I'm working into the top of that first turning chain and I'm going to make a regular double crochet. Oops, let's take the stick measure out to help. And into the turning chain. Helps if I yarn over. So double crochet into top of that turning chain to finish row 2. And you can start to see that texture coming through. So our front post stitches gives us the ridges at the front, and the back post stitches give you the ridges that go across to make the basket weave look. Okay, so now we're going to turn, chain 1 and make a double crochet turning chain in the first stitch using the loops. Just pop my stitch marker in. And now we're going to repeat row 2. So we're going to make front post double crochet into the first stitch, and even though we finished with back post double crochet, these look like front posts because front post and back post double crochets are essentially the same stitch. It's just they're in reverse. So when you turn a back post double crochet round, it looks like a front post double crochet, and when you turn a front post double crochet round, it looks like a back post stitch. So by repeating row 2, we are getting the same look as we did in the row below. So 2 front post stitches followed by 2 back post stitches. So we're just completely repeating row 2 in row 3. And they look exactly the same. So 2 back posts, and then we repeat with 2 front posts, and then we'll do another 2 back posts, and you repeat that across your row. Just remember to pull up those stitches a little bit so you get the height, and then when you have 1 stitch left in your row, which will be the last stitch, you'll make a regular double crochet into the loops. Okay, so we now have 2 ridges going across and the 2 ridges going up. Okay, so row 4. Now we are going to change it up, but we're just going to switch our stitches. So you're going to turn chain 1 and make a double crochet turning chain in the first stitch. Okay, so the rows we just done, we started with front post stitches. This row we're going to start with back post. So around the first front post stitch that you got, you're going to make a back post double crochet. So this is where we're going to start changing up the look to get that weave look going through. And our next 2 stitches will be front post stitches. 1 and 2. And then repeat across the row. So our next 2 stitches will be back post, and then the 2 stitches after this will be front post. And you continue that pattern all the way across the row. And next 2 front post. And then when you get to the final stitch of the row, we're going to make a double crochet into the loops. And that's row 4. Row 5. This is the last row of the repeat for this stitch. Turn chain 1 and make a double crochet turning chain in the first stitch. And row 5 is a repeat of row 4. So we're going to make back post double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Next 2 front post double crochet. So you can see this is a really nice easy repeat to keep track of. Oh dear. So this is a really nice easy stitch to keep track of, and you just have to keep track of whether you're on a switching row, so you're doing the opposite of what you did in the row below, or you're doing the same. But it's all just front post and back post stitches, and 2 of each before we switch over. And next two is a front post stitch. And you carry that repeat on until you get to the end of your row, and you have one stitch left. I've dropped the yarn again. It's one of those days. So in the final stitch of the row, make a regular double crochet. And you can see how we've got those panels coming through, and as you carry on your repeats up, your next set of repeats will bring these posts back up, and you'll start getting a really lovely weaved look throughout. To continue the small basket weave stitch, you're going to be repeating rows 2 to 5.
And there you have your stitch guide on how to crochet the small basket weave stitch. I would love to see what you make with this pretty stitch. Please do come and show us over in our Facebook group, Froggity Frogs Ribbit and Stitch. You can find the link beneath the video. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well for more crochet stitches, crochet patterns and hints and tips as well. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time in the next video. Bye for now.